This is Adam Gorney signing day show rolling on here at Rivals with TCU coach Sonny Dykes. And Sonny, I want to start at quarterback with Haas Haney. Do you feel like he could be a little Max Duggan like? And how does he fit into your offense and what you want to do with him?
Yeah, we love Haas's skill set. I mean, he's number one. Both his parents were athletes at TCU. They are both diehard TCU fans. He grew up a TCU fan, which in today's day and age, I think is really important if you can find somebody that's like that. And I mean, he's grown up coming to ball games at Carter Stadium and is a huge TCU fan. So that's a great starting point. Obviously, he's a winner. He's won a lot of ball games, back-to-back state championships as the as the quarterback at Alito. He, is a really really athletic guy. Has run a sub 10.8, I believe, in the 100 meters. Got great speed, very explosive, really athletic guy. Really think he's fits exactly what we want to do. I mean, we're a team that wants to be able to run our quarterback from time to time, and he's certainly somebody that can do that. He can keep plays alive in the pocket, but he throws the ball incredibly well. I think the biggest thing in the last year has just been his growth as a passer. I think he's comfortable throwing the football. I think he's got a lot of confidence in it. He went to the Elite 11 last year and did very well. I think that helped him realize that, he was one of the top quarterbacks in the country and could compete with those guys, and had gained a lot of confidence from that showing. And so I'm excited about him. I think he's a tremendous fit for what we want to do on offense. And as I said earlier, man, anytime you can sign a guy that's been a Horned Frog for life, that's a big deal.
You weren't shy about going out and getting offensive linemen. Was it just time to refill the cupboards, or did you kind of feel like you needed some new faces up front?
Well, I think every single year your program's built up front. I think that's the bottom line. And so what we had is we felt like we had a pretty good group of young linemen that were developmental type guys. We didn't have a ton of older players, so we hit the portal pretty hard to find some experience. But then at the same time, we needed to build, with high school kids, and so we signed 6 high school players that we're really excited about. A couple of guys that can play tackle that are real athletic guys, very long. And then some guards that are big, strong, powerful guys inside. So that's what we felt like we needed to do was to build our team really up front. And when you can go out and sign 6 offensive linemen like we did, 3, big, strong, athletic defensive linemen like we did, that's a good day. And then, we're going to get another pretty good number in the portal as well. So excited about the group. I think it makes a lot of sense for where we are as a program. Gives some of our young guys some time to grow up a little bit. And also brings us a lot of experience and a lot of guys that have played and competed at a high level.
I joked with Joey McGuire earlier today that he had no signees outside the state of Texas. You had 2. Is it I don't want to say easy, but is it nice to just be able to go down the road or across the state and really just find an entire recruiting class?
Yeah, you know what it is. It's really nice to be able to do that. I mean, I think that's one of the great advantages about being in Texas, and in particular DFW, is just our access to so many good high school football players. And we're going to sign some from this area. We're going to always sign some kids from East Texas, and then I thought we did a really good job in Central Texas and Houston this year finding players as well. So excited about the group. I think we have a lot of guys that can do different things. It's a really deep class. I really like some of the young DBs that we signed, some long athletic corners, guys that we think can run. I think it's going to be a class that, has an opportunity to hopefully contribute early.
I'm sure it's constantly changing and with everything going on, but your portal philosophy, you're finding tremendous success there now. Is it plugging holes, or is it trying to find just the best guys to put a whole recruiting class together?
Well, I think when you use the portal, I think number one, you're replacing guys that left in a lot of cases. And so, with us, we had a decent number of players that jumped in the portal. We were fortunate, didn't really have any starters that jumped in. They were guys that were a little bit further down the depth chart, or guys that felt like they needed a fresh start. And so, what you do then is the idea is, okay, look, we have this balanced roster. We want to try to go replace these guys. But for us, we needed offensive linemen. I mean, that was the biggest thing. We just felt like we were probably a year away from having our young linemen ready to go in a lot of cases. And so we wanted to bring some depth in. And that was kind of our, what our focus from the get-go was offensive line. And then we felt like we needed to address our DBs and find some guys that were, some with some experience on the back end. Felt like that was really going to be important for us. And then also to bring in a couple of wide receivers. And so we were excited about the group we brought in. All those, our philosophy is probably a little bit different than some other people's. We're trying to find players that have, that have played and have been productive. Kind of the cutoff for us is we don't really evaluate guys in a lot of cases unless they've had 500 snaps. And most of the guys we brought in have been 1,200 to 1,800, somewhere in there, snaps through their college career. And so these guys have played a lot of football. We think that we've had a higher degree of success bringing those kind of players in as opposed to a third guy someplace or somebody that hasn't really played much. And so that's kind of been our philosophy when it comes to hitting the portal, has been, let's take some experienced players, guys that have some skins on the wall, and some guys that could come in from day one and compete and make the room better. I think that's what you're always trying to do, is create competition, make the room better. And anytime you do that, it makes your football team better.
That's TCU coach Sonny Dykes. Sonny, thanks so much for joining us today.
Adam, appreciate you having me, man. It's good to see you as always.